Hello everyone. I have a traveler's notebook layout for you today. I'm going to be using lots and lots of stamps from Wild Whisper. I have some Altenew ink colors to match the new City Lights collection, and I have these super cute photos of my boys enjoying snow cones. And I have this cut file. So I've cut two of the same cut file. I cut them both out of white cardstock, which is going to allow me to line them up so that I can put them into the pocket of my pocket page notebook without and have it be visible from both sides. And now I'm just going to back the cut file. And what this is going to allow me to do is to use all of the patterns in this collection, and I don't have to worry about the patterns that say things like Toronto or Calgary, because when you're backing a cut file like this, it's going to just give you the colors, and the theme isn't even going to matter once I get this all backed and done. So the first side of the cut file, I'm going to cover everything. But when I do back the second cut file, I'm only going to be selective in what I back, because remember that these are double-sided papers, and because I'm cutting them so small, again, it doesn't really matter. You're just going to see the color. So I'm using my Close to My Heart glue pen to get this cut file backed, and then so this cut file is a traveler's notebook sized cut file from Cut to You. And it's just these really pretty stars, and I thought it would be a really nice cut file to use for this pocket page notebook. And I'm just going to continue on here, just backing the cut files just as you see here until I have everything backed and ready to assemble. So I'm showing you here how I did these cut files. You can see the first one is backed completely. The second one I only backed a couple of the stars, and the reason for that is because when I lay it over the top on the other side, it's going to match up, and it's just a little bit less work that way. I'm going to go ahead and use my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to make sure that the two cut files get sandwiched together really nice, and they're going to stay just like that. And then I'm going to pop that right into my pocket, and the pocket is done. And I love how this turned out. It's super colorful and fun. The photos turned out kind of set it off really well. So the next thing I'm going to do is back my photos. I'm going to back the one of my son in the blue to kind of match his blue snow cone. And then I'm going to back the one of Morgan in the yellow to kind of match his snow cone, which is actually green, but there wasn't a nice pattern paper that was primarily green. So I went with yellow. And then I know that on the left side, I'm going to put the picture of Logan down towards the bottom, and on the right side, I'm going to put the picture of Morgan up towards the top. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark where the photos are going to go. And this is going to change because I'm going to make a boo-boo and need to cover it up with one of these photos, but you'll see that in a little bit. And there's the yellow that I'm going to use to back Morgan's photo. And now I'm going to stamp like a crazy person. I'm going to stamp like there's no tomorrow. I'm going to start with the capital letter stamps from Wild Whisper, but I am very quickly going to realize that they are too big and they aren't going to work. And so I'm going to switch it out and go with the brush letters that are much smaller. And I'm going to use my T-square ruler to get a nice straight line. The line was a little too dark, so I'm going to grab an eraser and kind of make it just a little bit less dark. And that's going to help me and use as a guide so that I know my letters are straight. But it's also, it's not so dark that you're going to be able to see it after I'm done stamping. So I'm just going to go ahead here with the brush letters, and I'm going to stamp out the word summer, which is going to be the first part of the title for the 2-page Traveler's Notebook spread. And I'm using Autumn Blaze cardstock or ink from Altenew. I pretty much just use these mini cubes for all the stamping, for all the ink stamping I have to do. It's my favorite. Okay, so the next thing I want to do after I have my summer all stamped out is I want to decorate the back, the rest of the paper. I want to kind of create my own pattern paper. And so I'm going to use these colors of ink. There's Lime, Ultramarine, and Caribbean Sky. and I'm going to stamp the entire background of my Traveler's Notebook with stamps from multiple stamp sets from Wild Whisper. So the stars are from the Fandom stamp set, and then I'm going to grab like a little starburst shape from the No Place Like Home stamp set. And the last little one I'm going to use is an older stamp set. It was from the Rooted Love collection. And that one had these like fun little like almost splattery looking stamps. And I'm going to use those splattery looking stamps. So now I have my background paper all stamped and decorated and looking fabulous. Also, you can see here when I change up ink colors, I have totally started using this little trick of leaving a Post-it notepad on my glass mat and using it just to stamp off the color in between the colors so that they don't mix, and I am not constantly having to clean my stamp and then switch out the color, and then the stamp reacts with the little bit of water that's left on the stamp and it gets smudgy, and yeah, this is just way easier. So grab a pad of Post-it notes and stamp it off. Alright, so then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my photo down at the bottom, flip it over, and start to work on the other side of my spread. And here's where I mess up. So I am supposed to be stamping out a snow cone, and instead, dun dun dun, I'm going to stamp out summer, or start to stamp out summer instead. Not cool. And it's not going to, I'm going to stamp it and go, no, because it's supposed to be an N. There was some serious facepalm going on right there. All right, new plan of attack. Cover it up with the photo, move snow to the top and cone to the bottom so that the rest of my title goes like above and below the photo of my oldest son, and then just continue right on stamping. So those are more photos. I kind of have this Traveler's Notebook planned out a little bit, and so I have some photos tucked in at different spots that I want to use them. And now I'm going to get it right, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp out snow cone. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with all those same stamp sets. So all the different ones I used before. Here's the end of cone, snow cones. And then we have our title, Summer Snow Cones. I'm just erasing a little bit of where you could see the pencil marks on this. So if you're interested in this notebook with the pockets, pocket page notebooks are from the Stamp Spot, and they're an Australian shop. If you, every so often you can catch a really good coupon code for them. And I tend to buy them because they are in Australia and the shipping can be a bit much. I do definitely recommend that if you like the look of these and you think you want to try one, to buy a couple because you will love them. They're so nice. I also think Christina from her shop at redefinedcreative.com, I think her shop stocks them or sells them, and that would be a US stockist that you could use. I'm pretty sure last time I was checking out her shop, she still had them that you could purchase them. So I'm just going to continue on here. Same plan. Same set of stamps, same colors, and just creating a very kind of random stamped pattern for behind my photo. And then I can pop my photo in there, and no one is the wiser that I messed up that part of my title. So I'm just grabbing just a little bit. I'm making sure that these little images kind of peek out from around the photo, and I'm making sure that the colors are well distributed. So I don't have big sections that's all orange, or big section that's all blue, or big section that's all green. And yeah, I really love how this turned out. I think it turned out really fun. I love how the City Lights collection, the colors worked great for this layout about my boys. And yeah, it's a really cool and fun collection. So I'm just going to go ahead here. Now, there in the cut file that I backed, there was some pink. And I don't have any pink just on either one of the sides of my spread. I decided I wanted to add just a little bit. So I took this branding strip that is that bright pink. It says today was a good day. And I'm going to put just a nice strip of it on the bottom of this page and then on the top of the face page. And it just adds a little bit. It makes sure that everything looks like they belong together. The cut file in the pocket, the photos, and everything. Make sure that everything is cohesive and that we have all the different colors represented. And that's going to complete this. So this layout took me about an hour to do, which is a little longer than I like for a traveler's notebook spread, but there was a lot of stamping and a lot of backing of cut files. So, but some good ideas for how to make your traveler's notebook pages unique and fun. I'm just going to stamp the date of the snow cones at the bottom, and then we're finished. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this fun little traveler's notebook process, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.